Welcome to Girl Talk. I'm Betsy McDaniel in for Debbie Lyons today, and we are here at Lions Land, and you may hear a bird chirping in the background because, there's animals here. There's a lot of animals here. I'm with Erin Lentz, and it's good to see you.
Great to see you.
Yes, we were just talking before we started. It's literally been almost a year since I've seen you.
Which is really hard to believe.
It is.
It's been a very surreal year for everybody.
That is for sure.
I put a daughter off to college in the middle of this pandemic, so that was a very odd experience. And I know you have one that's a rising or is a senior right now. So how's her experience been?
It's been, like you said last year, in the spring, Ellie had her first half of her senior year, and then it kind of went away.
Magically disappeared.
And my daughter, as you know, is a dancer.
Yes.
And so they went to one competition, and then the rest of the season was canceled. And you're like, wait, what just happened?
Including her actual in-person rehearsals. Is she doing all of that virtual?
Not anymore.
Okay.
No, they did all the rest of their classes virtually last spring, which was, she's up
from the home?
Yeah. She's up in our game room, on carpet. It
not
really
exactly like
that
the studio experience.
No, not exactly. And so, but now they did when did they go back? In August. But they are still rehearsing and, in masks, and they're rehearsing, distanced.
Yes.
Yeah, and they do. They do their temperature checks. They do all of the testing. They all have to do all of that every single time before they go.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. And what about as far as her college auditioning experience and so on and so forth? I know for arts kids, that process is rigorous. It's very competitive, and it's in person largely.
Right.
So how do you do that virtually?
Well, she just was it last week? I think it was last week. She is applying to Fordham in New York, and they sent her three ballet combos that she had to learn, a modern combo that she had to learn, and then she had to perform a solo, and she had to record
them in the studio, and then upload them,
to make a private YouTube video and send it to them that way. And then for Marymount College in Manhattan, she's having a live audition via Zoom.
Oh, wow.
On March 6th.
That's a little nerve-wracking.
She's very nervous about that one. For the video one, she was nervous, but she's like, I can video it as many times as I want to.
We can have as many takes as I want. Yeah. Yes. So this is you've got to be on.
Well, and that's that.
You can't have a bird chirping in the background.
Exactly. But to that point, one of the people that was helping her film, which was one of her ballet teachers, people, they're going to know that you're nervous if you have a little bobble. And she looked at her and she's like, are you crazy? I can video this as many times as I want. There's going to be zero.
It's going to be perfect.
Bobbles. It's going to be perfect. So.
Well, and Ellie has a good friend who goes to Fordham. She's up there for theater, and another one in musical theater there's a dancer who went to Bluffton School of Dance who's at Marymount, Manhattan.
Right.
Do you know her?
Yeah,
yes.
Chloe Wells. Sure.
And she loves it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. Lily and Chloe are really good friends.
Oh, how nice.
They danced together for years. So, I don't know. That may be a swaying factor to where she's been accepted to Marymount already, but now she still has to do the dance audition. So.
Well, I was hoping my daughter had chosen that because I think there's no better place as an artist to be than New York City.
Right.
But
it's different
as it turns out, she's in Nashville.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? At the moment, New York's pretty much closed down. So,
it is.
Nashville maybe not so bad. How is she liking it?
She had a very interesting first semester because everything was so closed down. So that freshman experience was really difficult unless you're, extremely outgoing and, maybe a part of a team or some kind of group where you are actively involved with other people. You were pretty much sequestered to the dorm, which was really difficult.
That is I would imagine very hard. You already have homesickness on top of it, and then you can't even go out and do anything.
And then most of the classes were being held by Zoom.
Right.
Ironically, there she is on campus, and she's still Zooming on a computer.
Yeah.
And so, I told her, you got to give everything a fair shake because this is not a normal sense of what that school is going to be like, or any school for that matter.
Right.
So she's back, and I think having brought her car back down this semester is going to make a big difference because she's able to leave campus and explore the great city of Nashville.
So is she now back to some face-to-face classes?
Very little.
Okay.
Very little. Surprising.
Yeah.
I know. I was really surprised. And it makes it difficult, especially when you are in the arts.
Oh
and
my
you're
gosh.
doing music or voice, and it's just a little bizarre.
It is. It
but
is.
these are tough kids. Like, if they can make it through this, I have a feeling they'll, soar.
Absolutely. Yeah. They'll stay on their path. And
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good test.
It is a good test. Let's
But I'm
look at it
anxious
that
to
way.
hear where your daughter lands. This is going to be exciting. She's
Yeah.
such a wonderful dancer, and I mean,
you.
I don't even doubt that her audition is going to go so well.
Well, thank you. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, she's nervous about the Zoom one because she's like, how do I even know if they're going to be looking,
It is a little awkward.
Yeah.
A lot of unknowns.
Because usually she gets herself in the front of the room, but how do you get in the front of the room on Zoom? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we'll see.
Hopefully it'll just be all eyes on her.
Yeah. Well, that would be good.
Yes.
Well, Erin, it was really good to see
It's
you and
great to
catch
see
up with
you.
you. Hopefully it won't be so long.
And I hope you have some great news
Yeah.
next time I see you.
Definitely. Thanks. And we'll be right back with more Girl Talk.